Hey, what's up guys, welcome to a League of Legends Champion Spotlight featuring Nidalee.
The Bestial Huntress.
They will fear the wild.
Nidalee is a hybrid champion, allowing you to play both AP and AD depending on how you like to play. In this guide I'm going to be going over how I play as an AP mage and a melee assassin. Nidalee's passive is called Prowl, which allows Nidalee to enjoy 15% movement speed while in the brush and for 2 seconds after leaving it. Nidalee's ultimate is called Aspect of the Cougar. When learned at level 6, this allows Nidalee to transform in and out of Cougar form, gaining new abilities along with bonus movement speed. Like all ultimates, learn this ability at level 6 and upgrade it at level 11 and 16. Nidalee's Q ability is called Javelin Toss for human form and Takedown for Cougar form. Javelin Toss throws a skill shot long range spear, gaining more damage the further it has travelled. In Cougar form, Takedown attempts to fatally wound her target, dealing more damage the less life that they have. I recommend learning this skill at level 2 and upgrading at level 4, 5, 7 and 9. Nidalee's W ability is called Bushwhack for human form and Pounce for Cougar form. Bushwhack is a damaging trap that when triggered, reveals the target and reduces their armor and magic resist for 12 seconds. In Cougar form, Nidalee pounces forward, dealing a small amount of damage when she lands. Remember that spamming Pounce is faster than just movement speed alone, so when travelling, always be in Cougar form spamming Pounce. I recommend getting this ability at level 1 and then maxing it last. Nidalee's E ability is called Primal Surge in human form and Swipe in Cougar form. Primal Surge heals the target and gives them attack speed for a short time. In Cougar form, Swipe deals damage to enemies within a short range. I recommend learning this ability at level 3 and upgrading it at level 8, 10 and 14. At the start of each game, learn the ability Bushwhack and put it in places where the jungler will come to gank you. You'll want to focus primarily on last hitting creeps. Nidalee can't do a lot without the burst and mobility of her Cougar form. At level 6 or 7, push your lane and start looking for ganks around mid. Even if the ganks are unsuccessful, it puts a lot of pressure on the enemy to go back to base and heal, giving you a mid time to free farm. If they don't go back, they risk being killed by their mid lane opponent. Synchronize ganks with your jungler to make sure that the kill is always guaranteed. If your top lane isn't being pushed, you can just roam around the map going on killing sprees. As you can see, I'm coming from the top lane for a gank. I see Ara at a decent amount of health, so I throw out the spear, but she dodges it. I go into Cougar form and pounce in front of her charm, throw off a couple of her lilies, put Ignite on her, run away because I have tower aggro, throw a spear in case she has a heal, and kill her. And then pop into Cougar form and dodge the Synth Q. If your top lane is being pushed, go up and push it back. I see Nidalee come a little bit too close to the minion seed, so I decide to go on her using my abilities and using Ignite. We both pounce at the same time, but then she turns around and tries to fight me, so I kill her with a swipe. As the game goes on, a lot more teamfights will be occurring and the priority for you is to kill the squishy damage dealers. I see Miss Fortune channeling her ultimate, so I put a Bushwhack to grant vision and throw a spear for extra damage. I pop Ignite and almost kill her with Swipe, but then she dies from Ignite anyway. As I see Lux on very low health, I throw out Javelin Toss and narrowly miss her and hit a minion. I pop into Cougar form using a couple of abilities and manage to finish her off. As I try to get away, I flash straight into Sona's ult and Alistair tries to hit me back to the turret but hits me back to the wall where I'm able to get away. In this clip, my team and I are getting ready for a gank, but little do we know it was watered, and there's the Asher on Annie getting big damage put on her as I heal her while she's in Skarner's ult, which is then followed by Lilo ult. Unfortunately, not enough to save her as Heimerdinger edges back into the fight. I flash and finish him off in Cougar form, then going back into human form and using Javelin Toss to pick off Skarner, then going back into Cougar form to attempt to drop Nidalee. Which I then do, and I decide it's time to flee and going back into human form, heal myself as Tara comes to help me finish this off. Just as about to summon, I throw a Javelin Toss right into Tarek's face, and then I try to run, but it's too late as Ash's Frost Arrow is on me, and then she flashes to finish me off. We see now the team fight breaking out. Gragas throws his ult, hitting nobody towards him, and then he flashes and missing another barrel, but this is irrelevant as I use my Javelin Toss to almost kill her, but then Vayne finishes her off with a crossbow bolt to the back of the head. Lee Sin turns around and decides to do nothing as Vayne and Olaf take him down. And I throw a long range Javelin Toss at Tarek, dropping him very low and allowing for Olaf to pick up the kill with Axe Toss. As we speed it up waiting for something to happen, Gragas body slams into Ezra, get a massive long range Javelin Toss, and Vayne is about to finish him off with Ignite, and then As for building Nidalee, start with Boots of Speed and 3 health potions. Follow it up with Boots of Lucidity and a Rabadon's Death Cap. After the Death Cap, I like to go for health in order to be in the front lines a little more in Cougar form, so I take Riley's Crystal Scepter. For mana, build Lichbane or Archangel Staff. If you feel like you're running out of mana too quickly, get both items. Take Abyssal Scepter for magic resist, and finally, Azonia's Hourglass or Void Staff, depending on your playstyle. For runes, take Magic Penetration Marks, Ability Power Glyphs, Ability Power Seals, and Ability Power Quintessences. I'm going to leave you now with a montage of some cool Nidalee clips. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and I bid you farewell.
Go! I'm stuck. Whoa!